What's up, my Grounded Life family? Let me ask you something real quick. When's the last time you actually did what you said you were going to do? Not just thought about it, not just planned it, you actually did it. Consistently, day after day, even when you didn't feel like it. For most people, that question is uncomfortable because the honest answer is not recently. And here's what I've come to understand after years in the Army, years as a nurse, and a whole lot of life in between. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't a knowledge problem. It's not a motivation problem. It's a discipline problem. But more than that, I've come to believe that discipline is one of the most deeply spiritual things you can practice. And today, I'm going to show you why. My name is Brian. This is the Grounded Life family. Let's get into it. When I joined the Army as a medic, I didn't fully understand what I was signing up for. But I knew it was going to be hard. I knew there would be structure. What I didn't expect was how deeply that structure would rewire the way I think and operate for the rest of my life. Here's what the Army does that most of civilian life doesn't. It removes the option to decide whether you feel like it. You don't decide whether you feel like getting up at 0500, you get up. You don't decide whether you feel like running 3 miles in the rain, you run. You don't decide whether you feel like going through the same medical procedure drill for the 100th time, you drill. And at first, it feels like punishment. It feels like someone is taking something from you. Your comfort, your choice, your freedom. But then something starts to happen. Slowly, quietly, the things that used to be hard become automatic. The skills that used to require thought become instinct. And when the real situation happens, what actually matters, you don't freeze, you move. Because your body and your mind all know exactly what to do. Discipline through repetition and practice made every real life situation in the Army that much easier. I didn't have to think about what to do under pressure because I had already done it 1,000 times when the pressure wasn't there. That's what discipline does. It builds a version of you that shows up when it counts. But here's the problem. Most people aren't looking for discipline, they're looking for motivation. They're waiting to feel inspired, waiting for the right moment, waiting until life settles down, until the kids get older, until work slows down, until Monday, until the first of the month, until January 1st. And I get it. Motivation feels good. It's exciting. It's that feeling you get after watching a great video or reading something powerful and thinking, yes, this is my time. Everything is going to change. And then Tuesday comes and you don't feel like it anymore. And just like that, the plan is gone. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Motivation is just a feeling. And feelings come and go. You can't build a life around something that comes and goes. Discipline is different. Discipline is a decision. It's a commitment you make to yourself that doesn't require you to feel anything in particular. It just requires you to move. I walk 3 to 4 miles every single day. I spend at least an hour in the gym 5 to 6 days a week. Not because I feel like it. Some days I'm tired from a long shift. Some days the last thing I want to do is lace up my shoes. But I do it anyways. Because I made the decision about who I am and how I show up. And that decision doesn't change based on how I feel on a Tuesday morning. Now here's where I want to take this somewhere deeper. Because I think that most people talk about discipline as a performance thing, a productivity thing, or a hustle thing. But I see it completely differently. I believe discipline is an act of faith. Think about it this way. When you wake up early to work on yourself, when you hit the gym, when you read, when you study, when you put in the work before the results show up, what are you actually saying? You're saying, I believe there's a future worth building. I believe my actions today will matter tomorrow. I believe I am worth investing in. That is faith. That is choosing to act on what you believe even when you can't see the outcome yet. Hebrews 11:1 says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You can't see the results of your discipline yet, but you act anyways because you believe they are coming. Every rep in the gym when nobody is watching is faith. Every mile you walk when you're tired is faith. Every page you read when you'd rather be scrolling is faith. Every time you show up for yourself before the world tells you it paid off, that is faith in action. And here's the flip side of that. When you don't take care of ourselves, when we let our bodies go, when we stop learning, when we stop growing, we're also making a statement. We're saying, I don't believe my life, my future is really worth showing up for right now. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. That means the way you treat yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually is either an act of honor or an act of neglect. There's no neutral ground. Discipline is how you honor what God put inside of you. I want to be real with you about what this actually looks like in my life, because I'm not standing here telling you I have it all figured out. Every day, I make sure I walk at least 3, 4, 5 miles. That's non-negotiable for me. It clears my head, it keeps my body moving, and honestly, it's when I do some of my best thinking and praying. 5 to 6 days a week, I spend at least an hour in the gym. As a nurse, I understand what happens to the body when you stop moving. I've seen it, and I'm not going to let that be me. I try to stay current on my medical knowledge, because in my field, stagnation can cost someone their life. Learning is part of my discipline too. In reading, I'll be honest with you, this is an area I'm still working on. I know I should read more. I'm trying to build that habit. I'm not perfect, but I'm committed to the process. That's the thing about discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about making the decision every day to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. All right, let's bring this home. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. Number 1, stop waiting to feel motivated. Make a decision instead. Pick one thing that you've been putting off and commit to doing it every day this week. Not when you feel like it, every day. Number 2, reframe discipline as faith. Every time you show up for yourself before the results are visible, you're practicing faith. You're saying, I believe in what I can't see yet, and that's powerful. Number 3, start small, stay consistent. You don't need to overhaul your entire life today. Pick one physical habit, a daily walk, 10 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of prayer. Do it every single day this week, just 1 week. See what happens. Here's your action step. Write down one discipline habit you're committed to do this week. 1, put it somewhere you'll see it every morning, and when you don't feel like doing it, do it anyway. That's where growth lives. I'll leave you with this. God doesn't ask us to be perfect, but He does ask us to be faithful. And I believe one of the most tangible ways we can practice faithfulness is in the small daily decisions we make about how we take care of ourselves and our potential. Discipline isn't punishment. It's not a grind. It's not hustle culture. It's faithfulness to the life God gave you and the person He made you to be. Show up for that person every day. If this video added anything to your life today, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Tell me one discipline habit you're committed to this week. I read every single one, and I want to hear from you. Next week, we're going to talk about the mindset shift that helped me survive the hardest seasons of my life and how you can apply it starting today. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for being here. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.